Just a quick content warning about a few things in this video. One, Darlene, well, the way that Darlene talks about the carnivore diet is, I think, a bit triggering for people who have experience with ED and things like that. So just know that that's a big part of the conversation today. There's also a cat meowing noise that happens throughout the video today that was triggering some pets of people who were watching while I was live streaming. So just so you know, if you have pets that might be bothered by that, maybe listen with headphones or listen while they're not around. And then the third thing is that at the very, very, very end of the live stream, for whatever reason, I think it was just my ADHD brain working yesterday, but at the very end, I bring up an episode of Catfish I watched that dealt with people losing parents. And so if you want to miss out on that entirely, it happens like after I've already stopped watching Darlene. Okay, so you can just click off the video at that point. But lots of warnings today. It was a weird day on the Twitch stream yesterday, and I just wanted to make sure people knew what they were getting into with this video. Hi, YouTubies! It's me, Zachary Michael! Also! Hello. Hi. How are y'all doing? I hope you're so well. We are back today with Darlene. Darlene the Sardine Queen. Darlene the Sardine Queen. Darlene the Sardine Queen. And it's actually relevant today. Divas, because she posted a video called "I ate just beef patties, clarified butter, and sardines for 16 days." Zach forced us to watch scary clowns and then yelled at us for being scared. First of all, nobody said they were scared. People said they were bored when I was talking about juggalos. Zach, has Darlene ever acknowledged you? One time she alluded to people coming over to her channel because I watched her, and she just asked that people not tell her. And I said that I actually, that's so real, and I really respect that. You are yelling. Prediction alert. Prediction alert. How many times will Darlene whisper today? And Jamie recommended this Darlene video, so I'm guessing she's aware. I'm guessing she's already aware. Do we know why she ate all these things for all these days? Well, the backstory is that Darlene is a carnivore. She only eats meat, and I think she's been trying to... I mean, she has a long history of talking bullshit about about what she eats and why. We actually watched her... I reacted to her on my main channel for every single video update she did about doing a 72-hour sardine fast. If you can believe. A 72-hour sardine fast. Where all she did was eat sardines for 72 hours. So am I surprised that for 16 days the only things she ate were beef patties, clarified butter, and sardines? Well, no. Actually, I think the last time we watched her, she showed how she made her clarified butter. And some people in that video did ask if she had ever heard of ghee. And she doesn't, I think she... What is that? Where did that come from? Why was it so loud? What was that?
Love my cream of wheat.
Whoa my god.
cesspool. Thanks so much for 100 bits.
Love, love, love my cream of wheat.
Meow meow.
Hot Cheeto, thanks for the 100 bits. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, she was ghee. She does like ghee, but it's too expensive for her. It's too expensive for her, so she doesn't, she's not interested in buying it. She'd rather just make her own. So anyways. So anyways, here we are. Any questions? Any other questions about Darlene the Sardine Queen? I do believe I have a Darlene the Sardine Queen playlist here on the re-upload channel, so I'll make sure to try to link it tomorrow. Just get into it. Okay. One difference about Zach and Darlene, Zach is out here shitting. Yeah, because all the beef she eats turns into piss. Exactly. All right, should we get to? If y'all are ready, could you put some 69s in the chat? Any other questions? Well, yes. Well, Farley, what kind of question you got, Diva? Darlene the Sardine Queen. Darlene the Sardine Queen. Dar.
Love, love, love my cream of wheat.
Oh, she might not read that out, Hot Cheeto, because of the word piss. If your piss tasted like beef, would you drink it? Well, no. Hot Cheeto, thanks for the 100 bits. Please stop slamming the Stanley. I'm feeling so goofy today. Well, actually, I wasn't. Before stream, I was feeling kind of like sad and anxious, but there's something about y'all that just brings out the goofy for me. All right, let's get to.
Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I did not just get out of the pool. My hair is wet because I went to Walmart and it is so hot out there.
Diva, what a gross way to start this. No, I didn't just get out of the pool. I'm just that fucking sweaty.
There, and the AC in the truck, even though it's new AC, it's not keeping up today. I wanted to jump in and let you know about the results, which weren't really results of any kind.
Hell yeah.
About my little experiment I did with eating just pure carnivore, meaning not eating any non-optimal things like pork skins, sour cream, stuff like that.
Pork skins, sour cream.
I have been on my ground beef patty kick for maybe 3 months. It could even be more. I'd have to look at how many boxes I bought of those ground beef patties, but a lot of them. But I was eating those and...
Do we count that as one or two? Jamie, you came up with the prediction. You tell me. I think that's just one. I'm like, you tell me, and then I give my opinion anyways. I think that's just one. Because it was like one whisper, no break in the whisper, you know? You know what I'm saying? It's like pork skins and sour cream. And then she went back to talking at normal level. It was one whispered statement.
Whatever else, like other meats or, sour cream and pork skins, stuff like that. Not optimal for me. Some people can get away with that shit. I can't. I will either gain some weight or I will stall completely. My joints will hurt, especially with the sour cream. But it's like, you know what? I've done a lot with carnivore, almost 10 years now, and I'm okay. I'm not desperate. I don't have that desperate thing that I had at the beginning.
Didn't she say this is one of the things that pisses me off about Darlene, is that Darlene is like, I'm not just doing this to lose weight. I'm not just doing this to lose weight. But now you're like, well, I'm not desperate anymore. So like, if I'm not losing weight, it's fine. That shit pisses me off about her because I think she's so in denial about how disordered this way of eating is. That's just my feelings.
And I'm okay if I, have some sore joints. It won't be just my knee. It'll be my other knee, my hips, my shoulders, and even sometimes in my hands. But I don't like that. So as soon as I start to feel it, I'm like, ah, shit, I gotta stop this stuff. And, yeah. Anyway, so I've been floating along like that for a bit. But I fell, right, and really hurt my knee big time. That went away back to just my usual amount of pain, but I thought, what if I really got off everything for a length of time? So I said, I'll do my hamburger patties because I love those. And so I've been doing the hamburger patties and trying to just do anything that is just optimal.
Someone tell Rosie this might help her fat pain. Oh my God. Could you imagine Rosie only eating carnivore? I couldn't. She loves a pizza roll too much. I just can't imagine.
Meats that I can eat, and pretty much that's it. I've been just living off meat, but just different meats, pork, chicken, stuff like that.
Listen, I'm living off meat too, but maybe that's a different kind of meat, diva. Ow.
So I decided I'm going to stay with the hamburger patties. And I have this all on my Facebook page, Facebook profile. There's a difference. We have a profile, there's pages, there's groups.
Girl,
my profile. I have the link in the description below. I talk about this stuff more now, do other things too. So go follow me, please. Please, go.
Who's the girlie on the, is that her? On that photo in the back?
Follow me. And I'm monetized there now, so it's fun. I'm like involved. I thought, okay, I would live off steak. I would, but it's pricey, and I eat a lot of it.
Oh,
so I thought
that's her granddaughter. That's her granddaughter.
I'm gonna do my hamburger patties. They're very filling, and then I usually add butter. When I put the patties, I put all the fat, and then I add butter, and that's good. So good that I drink it from the bowl. But then there's always some left, and then
you nasty monster. I drink the fat from the bowl. Girl, not for me. I'm not here for you drinking the beef juice.
And the next day it's bark, and it's mixed in with the juice from the ground beef patties. I use only a little bit of salt. Sometimes I forget to salt, and then I'll salt it when I'm eating it. And then like...
Wait, it's bark? Like is she trying to talk like a peppermint bark? like dessert bark? Listen, she says the next day when it solidifies, it's bark.
And there's always some left, and then the next day it's bark, and it's mixed in with the juice from the ground beef patties. I use only a little bit of salt. Sometimes I forget to salt.
That is nasty as hell. That is her white chocolate disgusting. Yeah, like a fucking peanut brittle. What the fuck?
And then I'll salt it when I'm eating it. And then, like I said, I was adding other meats. So I said, but I'm going to start with the hamburger patties. And this was like mid-June. And I was documenting it on Facebook. And then I decided to do clarified butter. So I found a way to do it. I'm not going to explain it here. I have a video for that. I'll link
She does. It's the last video of hers that we reacted to, in case you want to see it.
the video down below too for my clarified butter. What that does is it takes off any little bit of milk. Not every tiny bit, but there's not much to start with. So I had the clarified butter, and I learned quickly that that's so rich. I was eating it like the regular amounts that I would eat of butter. That first day I was like, I have no appetite. I will never want to eat again. And it just was really disgusting.
Well, yeah, okay. All right, self-awareness, disgusting. Disgusting. Okay. Okay. Self-awareness that your eating habits are gross.
And I think
I'm not trying to yuck her yum, but actually I am. Actually, oh, I absolutely am, actually.
I might have done that for a couple days, and at some point I threw in sardines because I know they're good for us. Oh yeah, and then that's all I was eating. I was having not even any coffee in my water. I was having clarified butter in my water. I wasn't putting water, coffee, and then...
Why? And she did say this in the last video, and I don't understand why we want to drink watered down liquid butter. Like, what is your like, how do you not see that this is a fucked up way of eating? Like, it's so weird. Girl, just, yes, please, just drink normal water. Oh, ain't none of the benefits you're getting from this worth it if you actually are getting all of these alleged benefits.
butter. It was just hot water and clarified butter, which is like just drinking oil.
Disgusting.
So I didn't have any milk. I didn't add my milk that I usually put. And then it was the sardines, and I thought I would do 1 can per day. And that was on June 16 that I started that. I think it was the second day or third day.
Why did we pick Pride Month to try this out? Why Pride Month?
I could not eat sardines. I ate my ground beef and I was eating a lot of clarified butter, and I was so grossed out, full, not like sick where I couldn't do stuff. I just couldn't even think about eating anything. So there was one day I skipped the sardines. Then I realized it was the clarified butter that was really just being like, ugh. It didn't upset my stomach, didn't do anything weird. It just made me grossed out. And I think that...
I wonder why, Darlene. Jesus. It didn't make me sick to my stomach. It just made me grossed out. Because it's gross. Jesus. Zach had a chill day, so I said, let's watch Darlene talk about butter. It's getting me a little heated. I'm not gonna lie.
The people who have like the shots for weight loss, you know, they say that they're like just, ugh. And I have read and heard different things about how those shots, it's like being injected with a lot of animal fat. I don't know what it is, but it's like equivalent to that. And so then the carnivore community is picking up on that and saying, see there.
First of all, the carnivore community's lying. I ain't never heard that about... I don't know that I've ever personally heard that about... You're carnivore pilled. I ain't never heard that about a GLP-1. That is carnivore fucking pilled is what that is. Crazy.
They're trying to copy us, but with a shot, you know. So I don't know, but
nobody's trying to copy you, Diva. Nobody's trying to copy you. Please investigate it. Investigate what? What do you want me to investigate? What do you want me to investigate? Nobody's trying to copy the carnivore community. Certainly not people taking GLP-1s.
But I can imagine the way that people describe how they feel after the shot. I feel like that after too much clarified butter.
And, girl, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, are you sure you didn't just hear Poe barking? I think he barked. I think it was just Poe barking.
Then I went along for all the days, and I learned that, no, my knee still hurts. So I'm definitely, today's my last day, and I'm already done. I'm done for the day. I got that sardine over with. Tomorrow I probably might go back to a little bit of milk in my coffee.
And see, this is the bull. You need to just go to the doctor about your knee hurting. I think the last time we watched her, somebody said that she like had a like some kind of accident where she fell or something, and that's why her knee is hurting. But if you've been a longtime watcher of Darlene's and a longtime like follower of her carnivore beliefs, she really thinks that carnivore can cure all kinds of things. And apparently she thinks that her knee is just gonna magically heal. I do think somebody said that when she hurt herself she did go to urgent care or something like that, but it's just wild. We've reached the level of eating that is disordered where milk and coffee is controversial. I guess so. Imagining a doctor asking what she's been doing so far with her knee and her saying, I put clarified butter in my water. Yeah, doctor, I don't know why it didn't get better. I was drinking hot water with melted butter in it. I thought for sure that was gonna cure my knee pain. Wild. The way people preach about diets online is so harmful. Even the carnivore diet or carnivore discourse about GLP-1s, and she just blindly believes it. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm curious if she's talked to anybody that, like, actually has been on a GLP-1. Because I haven't, because of the corner of the internet I'm on, I've never heard anybody talk about GLP-1s like that. And also, like, I know, I listened to, like, a podcast about, like, how GLP-1s got popularized or, like, how they discovered them, like, all the research behind them that led to them doing it. And, like, none of it's like supposed to replicate none of it's supposed to replicate animal fat in your body. Like, that is not my understanding. I know they came from the saliva of Gila monsters. Yeah, it's like something specific in the saliva of it that replicates something or another that's not animal fat. I don't remember all the details. I just remember that specifically it doesn't have anything to do with what she's saying.
Because it didn't change anything by not having it. I'm definitely off sardines for a while. I don't even care to look at a can. I am sticking with my ground beef patties, as many or as few as I want,
Okay.
but I am gonna add other things if I feel hungry. I'm supposed to be cooking 10 pounds of broiled chicken leg quarters tomorrow to freeze, but I was like 2 weeks ago, couldn't wait to do that. Now I don't even know if I'm gonna eat one. If I wanna eat one, I will. So I generally do my ground beef patties during lunchtime, anywhere from 11 to even 2. Somewhere in there I eat. I usually eat 3, sometimes 4. And then sometimes at night if I'm hungry, I didn't do it with the sardines because that's what I was having tonight. Whole can of sardines.
Shit, and it's also just like, why are you forcing yourself to eat some shit that you don't like? Like, no, you have whittled yourself down to a diet where you're forcing yourself to eat sardines as if it's required. As if it's required. Mind you, I don't think I've ever eaten a sardine in my life, and I'm doing fine. Like, it's just nuts to me. Does she eat the patty like a cookie? I kind of feel like she does. That's how I imagine her sitting there holding it going, I don't think she uses a fork or a knife. I don't.
But sometimes I'll have, because I always have like extras cooked and I might chew on a cold hamburger patty. But now with chicken in the freezer, that might be my go-to. But
I might chew on a cold beef patty. You're gross. Not I know her breath be stank. I'll speak for the sardines. I like them. I don't like fish in general. So that's the turn off for me. You want to follow a 10 fish queen, go follow K Chibi on TikTok. She's always trying 10 fish. Would she eat me if my sardine tasted like beef? Girl.
I really like eating one meal per day. I really do. I didn't really consider the sardines a meal. Oh yeah, so back to the sardines. I did them all the rest of the days except for today, yesterday, and the day before. The day before, I could not imagine.
What do you mean you don't consider the sardines a meal? Again, she's got such a weird relationship with food and eating. I really hope she heals. I really do. What a miserable way to live life.
Eating a whole can of sardines. I was so not hungry, and I'm like, I don't eat when I'm not hungry. So I decided I'd have half a can. There was 4 sardines in the can. They're big. They look more
if
like...
you're not hungry, why are you forcing yourself to eat?
herring, but they're actually sardines. So I ate 2 of them over the sink, just wanting to get it over with, and it just wasn't pleasant. So yesterday I had 2 left. I ate 1.
Yeah, Diva, why are you She talks about how she has so much freedom of freedom from a toxic relationship with food. This is something she talks about a lot when she talks about carnivores, like how she doesn't have to think about food. She doesn't stress about it. She doesn't sit there and have cravings for things. She just eats whenever she wants to eat. Like whenever she feels hungry, she eats. And it's like, girl, no, you're constantly forcing yourself to like confine yourself to these stupid made up ass rules that no like actual dietitian or medical professional would be like, yeah, sounds good, bro. Like, get out of here.
myself. Today, I had one left, and I forced myself, but instead of waiting until tonight, I thought, I want my last thing that I eat today to be ground beef patties. So I did do the sardine first, and then not long after that, I ate my patties. So yummies.
I ate my patties, so yummies. Okay, 2-year-old.
So where was I going with that?
Where was I going with that? When has she ever been that animated?
So yummies. So where was I going with that?
That's kind of giving Lisa Hall tease.
I edited. I like to edit sometimes halfway just so I know what I'm talking about. But I edited to see where I was going with my thoughts, and I apparently wasn't going anywhere. So what I got out of this is, so I'm done today, and I'm going to stay on hamburger patties with other meats, and then I'm going to come up with something else because I'm having fun with this. But what I have...
It doesn't sound like you're having fun at all. What do you mean? You just said you had to force yourself to eat sardines. In what world is that fun? Weirdly.
learned is absolutely I love one meal a day. I love it. Get it over with, and you don't have anything else to do the rest of the day. But I'm gonna be hungry, I'm gonna hungry. If you're eating the right stuff, you will not be hungry. I am going to still make clarified butter. I made another batch because I as weird, grossed out feeling as I get, I have it. I mix it now with my...
She said, eating this clarified butter gave me a weird, grossed out feeling. But guess what I'm gonna do, baby? I'm gonna keep eating it! Again, weird! There is no hope for her. There is no hope for her.
Beef fat, just like I used to my butter. I just realized that I can't put as much because it's concentrated animal fat now. It is this thick, greasy, oily. Oh my God!
It's kind of amazing that this kind of content hasn't gotten her demonetized. Actually, I really think YouTube needs to be investigating all of the carnivore channels because this is crazy.
But I will stick with that and keep that little bites during the day, and it just keeps the appetite away. This is like a miracle cure for cravings, because with the sour cream...
Because you're so grossed out. Because you literally said eating this plain ass clarified butter grosses you out.
Hey, this is like a miracle cure for cravings, because with the sour cream and even the pork skins are just perfect, but there's only a few brands that actually cook it in pork fat. And I was just watching a video about that last night. The others are just doing like regular fat, which is not the kind of fat that I want. I guess we'd have to call the company. I think it might have been Dr. Berry who called and
not Dr. Ken Berry. Y'all know what time it is then, right? If she's gonna incite Dr. Ken Berry, wait, don't I have a command? Do I not have a command? Oh, I do. Okay, y'all know this command, this video. She summons Tim, so now he's here.
If I lock someone in my barn and don't feed them, they're going to lose weight. If I lock you in my barn and I feed you 500 calories of food a day, you're going to lose weight. I literally could lock you in my barn and just feed you sardines with the skin on and the bones in. If I locked you in my barn and fed you only popcorn, you'd be dead within a few weeks. If I lock you in my barn for the rest of your life and calorie restrict you, you'll lose weight. I could lock you in my barn and just feed you lettuce and water. If I locked you in my barn and fed you less than you needed each day, you would definitely lose weight.
If you were an overweight woman with PCOS who couldn't get pregnant, and I locked you in my barn and fed you lettuce for 6 months, you would lose weight. And if your boyfriend were with you in the barn, you might get pregnant. But as soon as I let you out of my barn, you would head to the nearest Chinese buffet.
I could lock you in my barn and feed you one jelly donut a day. If I locked you in my barn and just gave you 3 croissants a day and that's all you got to eat, you would lose weight. Calorie restriction works if you're locked in my barn. Put duct tape over your mouth or locked you in my barn. If I locked you in my barn for 3 days and didn't feed you anything, just water, when you got out, you would be truly hungry. And if I offered you a boiled egg, you would eat it immediately. If I locked Burpo in my barn and fed him a completely fat-free diet, Burpo would die. I mean, I locked you in my barn. And I just fed you one giant meal a day. You might be mad at me for being locked in the barn, but you would be fine. In 3 months, 6 months, when I let you out of my barn, not only would you run to the sheriff and have me arrested, but you would be able to run much faster to the sheriff.
Not all the suggested videos after that being Mariel Craft. It's like, YouTube is like, you need a palate cleanser. You need a palate cleanser immediately.
One brand, and they said, no, pork, it's in pork fat. But the thing is that all those other things can stall your efforts, no matter what they are. It can stall the efforts to clear skin.
Did Darlene get a cat? What the fuck? Why is it stopping? Why isn't it stopping? Wait, I'm not. Wait, I'm not trying. Wait, I'm not. Sorry, I'm not. Wait, I'm. Wait, I'm not. I'm not.
Love my cream of wheat.
Rarity, move towards the light.
I'm not trying to. Wait, I'm so sorry. I wasn't trying to bother. I wasn't trying to bother your animals. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Y'all got me. Y'all got me when you were like, "Oh my gosh, you're bothering my animals." I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll stop. I just, the other day there was a request for another Michael Jackson jump scare stream, and everybody kind of agreed, like, oh, we can't recreate that magic. Everybody was like, yeah, I think we just need to leave it at that. And I was like, well, let me think about it. All right, now back to just Darlene. I turned it off. I'm sorry. I turned it off.
And there's people who have really bad skin and they get it cleared up. Inflammation. I mean, look, I have still in that one knee.
Wait, what? Wait, she's sorry. We got distracted by the cats and it's ruining her medical misinformation about pork fat and how it's helping clear up people's skin, ?
About one brand, and they said, no, pork, it's in pork fat. But the thing is that all those other things can stall your efforts, no matter what they are. It can stall the efforts to clear skin. There's people who have really bad skin and they get it cleared up. Inflammation. I mean, look, I have still in that one knee, but it's nothing like what I was going through.
And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Her medical misinformation about how eating butter clears up your inflammation in your skin.
A lot of my life, while still drinking, I mean, talk about inflammation. And then even when I got off that, I was eating all the carbs and all the sugar and all everything. It was rough. And
stopping the use of alcohol does actually help with those things. Yes, that is correct. That is correct.
And Carnivore cleared that up, and it cured that knee completely. Now it's a little bit back. So,
isn't it so nice how it cured it completely, but now all of a sudden it's back? Crazy. And you've been eating carnivore this whole time? But now all of a sudden it's back? It's almost like maybe that wasn't the reason.
Because there is no cartilage on like one side and some on the other, so I can't expect that knee to always be good, but it can certainly probably be better, and certainly not all my other joints. I don't want my other joints to be sore from inflammation. So 1 meal a day works for me, and I really like eating as pure as I can, because I'm telling you, it's very easy to do. I have pork skins here. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'll probably throw them out to the animals or something. It feels so good to want no food at all. I can just work and not care. I just don't care.
Diva, that is not a healthy relationship with food. To just not want to eat food at all, that's sad. It's depressing. Like, what do you mean? Animals are famously fond of pork skins. Right.
And then the other thing is that I learned, and I didn't really ever consider what I do as any kind of fasting. But this was actually fasting, because I was going long periods, except with the can of sardines. Now, if I would have eaten the sardines with the patties, then, I would have gone like 16 hours without eating. A lot of fasting now, it's like you take a 4 to 6 hour window, and that's when you eat, but then all the rest of the time you don't eat. And that's just what naturally happens, because we sleep through a lot of that. If I eat at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I don't eat again, I go to bed, I don't eat, and then I sleep all night, don't eat, and then
do you hear the language that she's using to try to normalize this? By the way, that's normal. We sleep through a lot of that. No, you're not going to bed at 1 p.m. after you get done eating your 4 beef patties. What do you mean?
Breakfast is the next meal, the first meal that I eat after waking up. So even though I might wake up anywhere from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. that I get up, my breakfast is at 1 or 2, because that's when I'm breaking the fast. And it's my meat. And then, I'm not saying people have to do that. I'm not saying you have to do any of these little experiments either. I just like to switch things up. And you
like to switch things up because your diet is boring. Your diet is sad, depressing. So then you force yourself to eat fucking sardines that you hate. You eat clarified butter that you say makes you feel gross.
So trained now to, I say I'm going to do this and I do it because that's what I do. And if I say, you know what?
She's pissing me the fuck off, guys.
Next couple of weeks, I'm going to just buy a couple bags of pork skins and have fun. It's
no, don't buy any more pork skins if you're gonna go feed them to the animals, right? With the ones you got right now. What do you mean?
And it's not optimal, but I know I'm making the choice. I know I can stop that. Another thing I have a big issue with: do not start this habit. Chewing sugar-free gum. Just don't. The sugar-free, and I'm so against the sweeteners. To me, I would rather eat sugar, which is something real, but I don't do that. I don't want the sweetness. It does bring on cravings, and then you're white-knuckling, and then you're getting frustrated and all that, and then I say,
Then you're white-knuckling? Girl, you're acting like food is a drug, Diva. You shouldn't be white-knuckling it over food. What are we talking about? Sugar-free gum is triggering you that bad. You need to talk to a therapist. You need to reevaluate your relationship with food, because what the fuck?
Just gotta quit the sugar, and I can't fucking, the sugar-free. I wanted to say sugar-free gum. I'm so used to the chewing. Now, I think the last time that I said I'm off that, and that's why I want to do these little things, because if I tell myself and put it out there on Facebook and say, this is all I'm eating, and I'm not having anything else, I'm gonna do it, because I don't want to tell you guys that I fucked up, right?
It fascinates me when she does these videos, because she tells on herself that she isn't as strict with carnivore as she claims. Yeah, well, I guess maybe she justifies chewing sugar-free gum because she doesn't probably actually swallow it and eat it, but listen. Is she going to start selling clarified fat quarters now? I would love that.
So I did this. I'm so proud of myself. But okay, the other thing that I learned is when you eat 1 meal a day, if you get hungry, if you can just wait it out. Think of it this way. I know when you want it, it's like, oh my God, it's like a drug addict. I want it, I have to have it. If you wait it out, maybe.
It is, oh my God, what? Also, why does, I quite honestly do feel like this video violates YouTube's terms of service, just to be clear. Like, sitting there encouraging people not to eat when they're hungry is crazy, actually. Like, actually high levels of concerning. How she is not connecting this under the guise of, like, it's the carnivore diet and this is just how you do it is wild. It quite truly is just wild. What do you mean just wait it out if you're hungry? If you're hungry, eat. That's your body telling you something. Like, what? Especially if all you've had is 3 to 4 beef patties for the day. Yeah, you're probably hungry.
Have, you know, some water, have some seltzer. I got lazy with the cup. Why? I'm the only one drinking this. I'm drinking out of the bottle. I'll put it back in the fridge.
No, that's also for real some ED behavior. Just to be like being like, oh, if you're hungry, just drink some water instead. It's honestly, I think this, just to be honest with you, is more egregious than honestly any of the girls just like eating on camera. Because while I do understand that, like, when Amberlynn and Chantal and Rosie get on camera and they eat and eat and eat, while also in other videos talking about various issues they have with eating, like, I do understand why that's a problem and why it glorifies their particular problems and things like that. But what I will say is I don't think any of those women are actively actively saying, eat fucked up like me. You know? I don't feel, and maybe that's a hot take, but it's not like Rosie is saying, like, yes, I understand, like, everything I'm doing is great and you should eat just like me. Like, the problem, the reason that they all got their channels demonetized is because the three of them would talk about their problems with food and then do nothing about it and show themselves just, like, gorging out, which is the actual behavior that's the problem. Darlene's out here encouraging people to not eat. That's fucked up. I don't know why I'm feeling so particularly heated about this right now, but it really is making me upset. It's and again, I'm not saying that, like, Rosie, Amberlynn, or Chantal should be doing those things on YouTube, right? Like, not by any means, but I also don't think that they're actively out here telling people to eat like them. Like, I think they're engaging in bad behavior on the internet, but Darlene is literally here telling people, just tough it out. Drink some water. If you're hungry, drink some water instead of eating. What?
Find something to do. Just wait it out. Don't eat anything. Wait it out. It goes away. It goes away. And I have heard that too because of the fasting. I hope I can remember to tell you something about the fasting. I don't know if I dare try it. It would be fun. It would be fun to try. I would love to experience it. They say it goes away, and it does go away. And then after a couple days, they say it completely goes away. It's like if you're fasting a long fast. And I think I want to do it. I think I want to try it. I'm not sure. But yeah, so it goes away, and I can...
She wants to try fasting as long as she can to make the hunger go away. Diva, those are natural cues in our body. Those are natural cues in your body that are telling you to eat. Like, that's what our body is supposed to be doing.
Go to bed and say, I thought I was hungry, really hungry a little while ago. No, it just goes away, and I just loved it. I loved this experiment. I hated the fact that I was committed to sardines. I did dwindle. 1 can lasted me 3 days. 2, 1, 1. That was it. I was like, I can't do cans. So now I have cans of sardines left. I already had some, and then I bought too many. I will keep them, and, you know, I'll get over this. And the disgusting thought of sardines, I'll get over it. And it is handy to have every now and then. Sometimes, you know, if I'm really hungry, I'll eat sardines, and they don't even gross me out. I don't know if I'll ever feel really hungry again. I ate today, and I'm just like, ugh. And I think I had 3.5 patties today, shared with Rocket, and I did have my clarified butter, and I had just 1 sardine. But I'm good. I'm good till tomorrow afternoon. So
She's so irrigating. This is triggering. For sure. If you, listen, I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea, so if you need to clock out, log out, go for it. Totally understand. And yeah, I'll try to remember tomorrow to put, edit in a like, warning. 'Cause yeah, wild. It's just wild. My apologies. I should have done a content warning. No, it's okay. Listen, I like to give a content warning when possible. I do also always like want to encourage y'all to like check out if you need to, even if I don't give a content warning. Because sometimes there are things that like come up that like we're just not anticipating being like, I do have sometimes videos that are suggested by y'all in the audience and moderators and things like that. And certainly if you anticipate, if like you suggest something to me and you anticipate there being a problem, like please do let me know. But like you can't always account for like what's going to be triggering to people. Everybody's gotta like, you know, advocate for themselves. I obviously didn't realize it was going to be like this. Well, I don't know. Maybe I could have made some guesses. She's definitely in the past said things that felt like ED-esque. This is the most ED I've heard her be. Like truly. Like the comments about not eating and stuff like that is just like incredibly concerning to me as a concept.
the thing is, yes, I've been listening to the fast things only because I'm into learning more about just the I'm not keto, but I'm curious to understand that stuff. So I've been just listening to things. But there's this one long fast that you seriously don't eat any food for 5 days. He suggested
that was a whisper. That was a whisper. If we're still talking about it, and it's not just her ED stuff is getting pervasive in other media too. Yeah.
Dr. Berg, he's a chiropractor. Okay, before you say he's not a real doctor, he's a chiropractor. He has the right to have doctor in his.
Okay, but Dr. Berg should then be. I think back when Colin was still making videos, I feel like I remember him bringing up Dr. Berg and something. But even if he's a chiropractor and he has the right to have doctor in it, what the fuck makes him an expert then on people's diet?
I have to watch it again, but it was a 5-day fast and electrolytes or something like that. I don't know if you can have bubbly. I would love to experience that. I would like to know what it feels like to not eat a thing for 5 days. Now, people are going to say, that's not good for you. I agree. I don't, as a carnivore, the carnivore, when I
agree. Okay, then stop advocating it. What?
Started it 10 years ago, fasting was like a no-no. No, you have to just teach yourself to eat when you're hungry. All you want. When you're not hungry, you don't eat. But that's 10 years ago, and a lot of carnivore things have changed. Like even Kelly, she's almost 17 years. Things change after a while. It's like your body changes over years. I no longer can eat the volume of meat I was eating.
The voluminous meat?
And that's another thing that has, stalled me, had me gain some weight. Joe would say to me,
You've said multiple times it's not about losing weight. Please be so serious. And it's almost like weight still comes down to like calories in versus calories out, but What do I know?
How can you ever expect to lose weight with all that meat that you just ate? And I'd be like, yeah, no, carnivore. It worked for me when I was over 300 pounds because whatever I was doing then was still better than what I was doing to get to over 300 pounds. But it lasted for a long time. And then maybe a year ago, had a lot of stress. Cortisol levels have a lot to do with this. The stress, everything. It wasn't working for me like it was before.
Calories only work if you're locked in Ken Berry's barn. Oh my god. I think they're chasing a high when they keep trying something more extreme, if that makes sense. Yeah, it does. It does. Like they like the high of trying an extreme diet, and when that fades, they go to the next thing. For sure, for sure. Not the cortisol. That's one of the new buzzwords. Is that one of the new buzzwords in the keto carnivore community?
And I got very depressed over that because I was like, you can't fucking give up on me, carnivore. So I still was carnivore, but I was carnivore plus. It was like carnivore with non-optimal and a lot of volume. And I just refused to cut back. In fact, I even increased because some women, I watch a lot of videos, some they had to do that. They had to increase and then cut back a little bit, and then their weight started really coming off quick again.
Oh my god. Just insane. It's one of the new buzzwords in every community, unfortunately. Oh, I see.
There's just things you
Yeah, no, and also, yes, Jamie, thank you again for pointing out she doesn't care about weight loss, you guys. It's not something she cares about.
have to be willing to stick with it. You have to know that I knew I wasn't going back to any other way. I didn't care. It's like whatever's happening has to happen, and I'll find a way. And then I started, reading, listening to videos of a lot of people who had stalled after so many years. And one woman, I learned about sardines from her. She had lost like a whole shitload of weight, like I did, and then she put on 40 pounds, and she was so depressed. And I was like, God, I don't want to do that.
Oh my god, I was missing Darlene. Shay, it might be okay that but you've been missing it. Her language has been so extreme today. It's been so fucking extreme today. It's crazy.
And she, when I watched her being interviewed, I think it was by Kelly Hogan.
Kind of reminds me of people who were hardcore vegan and then became carnivores when they decide they don't want to do that anymore. The pendulum just swings the opposite direction. They don't really fix any of the ED. They just direct it in a different direction. Yeah.
She had lost all that weight, and I think the rest of all her weight. She was 90 days of just sardines. I think she said there was once or twice that she had some brisket one time.
Insane.
90 days of sardines.
Why did she whisper 90 days of sardines? That's 3 whispers now?
I can't even imagine. But I was like, well, maybe I can do. And then Dr. Boz. I watched her, and I did several sardine fasts, no more than 5 days. So it's all fun and experimental. I like that shit. But I was thinking about the 5-day fast. I mean, to the point where I thought I could start on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I thought maybe I'd start on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'd have the weekend to, if I want to go out. I can't imagine wanting to dance with no food in me for 5 days. I would like Friday. And you have...
It's almost like you need food to do anything that requires energy, because that's how our bodies get energy.
To eat just certain things coming out of a fast like that. I don't know. I want to do it. I just think I'd like to do it. And then I do want to do egg yolks. I want to go on seeing how I can live off egg yolks in addition to some meat. I did stuff with eggs before. I have it written down somewhere. So when I start dabbling with eggs, I'll look back and see how many eggs I ate during a certain period of time. It was a lot. And I like the volume of the whites, but I have a hard time digesting that. And I thought, I bet I'd like that. Or maybe a bunch of yolks and a couple of egg whites. I don't know.
Wild. Poe wants to come say hi. What do you know about nutrition, ZM? Are you a chiropractor? You know what? That's such a good point. I don't know shit. Let's listen to a chiropractor and his opinions about what to do nutrition-wise.
We'll just figure it out as I go along. All right, you guys, I just wanted to let you know what I did. Now I want you to go follow me on Facebook. I can have as many followers as I want. We're only allowed 5,000 friends, and I play with that a little bit. If there's a space in my friends list, you can be my friend. If not, follow me. I'm going to be doing a lot of things like this, and I need you guys watching me, okay? Okay? I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back.
Is she just... Jamie, you said she's monetized now on Facebook. Is that why she's pushing... Is that why she's pushing all of the Facebook stuff? You'll just have to remember to have a very clear... Oh, for sure. I will actually... Let me write a note for myself now so that I do that. That's not the pen I was looking for. Okay. Because it's insane. You can monetize Facebook. Yeah, actually... Instagram sends me notifications since I started posting reels on Instagram now. They send me notifications that's like, earn an easy $300 just by posting reels on Facebook. And I was like, I don't want a presence on Facebook like that. Like, I can just imagine my reels finding, like, the absolute worst corner of Facebook. The worst demographic and audience on Facebook. It's just not what I'm trying to do. Facebook's supposed to be the best paying social media platform. I feel like I have heard that, like, Meta just throws money at content creators to like put content on Facebook, because I think probably because they're trying to like save that dying platform. But I don't know.
Bye. Oh, you might be wondering about my weight. Haven't weighed myself in months.
I wasn't wondering about your weight because you tell me you don't care about it, even though you've talked about it about 12 different times.
Will not for probably months. So this was nothing to do about weight. It was about, I was curious about the inflammation.
If it's nothing to do about weight, why did you talk about weight so many times? You are a liar. She pisses me off so much. So much when she talks about the carnivore diet. I need somebody to give her bad customer service so we can listen to her complain about that, because I can't do this. I can't do this again for a while, to be honest.
And I just wanted to get my eating under control in some way, and I just love same thing every day. It really works for me. The less choices I have to make, the better. I love it. Some of you think it's awful, it's restrictive, and you don't want... I love it that way. So now I know I like same food every day, and I really like one meal a day, or maybe I would split into a little smaller meal a little later, something like that.
She's so weirdly. Y'all, it's giving weirdly. I wonder how Frank's doing now. Oh, Tefano? Y'all, I watched this episode of Catfish last night as I was going to bed. It was kind of giving me spooky vibes. It was about this girlie that lived in Kentucky, and, well, that's a lot. Anyways, I won't tell you the whole backstory because the backstory is so much. But this woman named Courtney reaches out to her on Facebook and is like, I've been talking to your dad. And the girl's like, well, my dad's been dead since I was 2. And then the girlie's like, oh, I know. I've been speaking to him. I usually just fall asleep to, why did Frank, the reason Frank Tefano triggered this. Frank Tefano triggered it because her dad's name was Frankie. So that's why. Minnesota Jim? No way I'm finally catching a stream. Any relation to Sarasota Tim? The old Minnesota Jim and Sarasota Tim. My brain is a mess. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have shared that story at all. I'm so sorry. Because also I know people have all kinds of things with parents and stuff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My apologies. This has been this has been such a trying live stream. And I'm still recording. So anyways, bye YouTubies. Subscribe.